Hi guys, my name is Taya and today I would like to speak with you about kids and modern behavior of the kids. I think a lot of times you saw already in social media or real life about behavior and you think about like, oh my goodness, when we grow we did not have this. Exactly, we did not have this behavior because when we growing up we have completely different style, tradition, behavior and reaction of our parents. In this video I'm not criticize anybody. I just tell my opinion and observation, what situation, what's going on. And if you want to discuss, just go below, make a comment. Let's go. So I remember when we growing up, we were so busy with our exercise, our study. On that time, we did not have internet or limited computer because not everybody can afford it. Yeah, and we spend a lot of times in a school, in a library. We study everything, not just like, okay, Google, okay, Siri, ChatGPT. That of course you need to be much modern. You need to use all this technology, but I think a lot of times old school, we have a very good foundation. And we have much more respect for the older people and just generally. For example, when I did go and study in the school, we have a lot of time spent in library. We read a lot of books, and even on my family it was rules of every day we have a big library. We have a room like library and you can go, and every day you must read minimum 7 pages, like minimum. It's like bare minimum every single day, and discuss what you read with your parents in the evening. You can go and pick up any book what you wanted, if it's like encyclopedia or it's about cartoon, not cartoon but a book about like kids, or it can be any classic from Europe, from 18th century, or Russian, or England, Shakespeare, forever. So we have a lot of reading. And like for example, we're not just also was pushed by the parents, we also copy the parents. Because for example, my mom, she read every single day before she goes to sleep. She will not go sleep if she not read the book or newspaper or something else. So that it was very good, for example, to sit and copy her. And I think it's why I have a few university education. And you have just a little bit top expectation. And I remember, for example, when I did go to the school, we have so much busy schedule. Like for example, 7 o'clock get up, 8 o'clock we started, and we finish around 4 p.m. And after 4 p.m. it's not finish your school, you finish your classes, and after you go to the sport and you play sport, like what you want to pick it up. Like for example, I pick it up basketball, so we play basketball by 6 to 7. You come home, you eat, you change, and after you run. And for example, for me, 3 times per week, after 7 p.m. I have extra classes about algebra. Twice a week I have geometry. I have Ukrainian language. I have biology. I have 1 time or twice per week extra classes around like 7-8 p.m. About chemistry. That it's, by the way, my first university degree. And we have a lot of education. So it's kind of on the top of this, you need to go and study more. So when I'm finish my school, I go and study university already parallel. So and it's kind of interesting that our parents, when growing up us, they not even give you chance to breathe because you almost like burn out how much you was busy. So if you don't have a time to go and think about like wasting your time about like drugs, alcohol addiction or something, you were so lucky if you even have a chance to go in weekend, Friday and Saturday, play a little bit with your friend, and because your parents give you permission. Or for example, for me, when I start to be older, like 10, 11 classes, my parents, for example, if let me go with my friend on the evening, you need to be home by midnight. If you not by, highly recommend 11:55 p.m., that it's what kind of hope from the parents. You come midnight, you have a dirty look. And if you have 12:01, you're done. You finished, you punished, like minimum like 3 weeks you punish, you not go anywhere. So that it was about discipline. And of course, I was born in an army town, so of course I have discipline around. But for me, I see how generation by generation, like speak with grandparents, with parents, with neighbors, with modern right now parents, and I see and have my observation what's going on right now. Kids completely disrespect, older people completely disrespect and lost. They have no idea what its future looks like. I will not say that we was perfect. When it was subject about where you go for university or have your education, a lot of kids have no idea. So in, for example, Europe, like my country, we just have like, okay, you have an option, be doctor, engineer or lawyer. So we have only 3 options, pick up your poison and go. Other like question, it's not even a question, it's not even an option. If you like want to be like, oh, I want to be a musician, or I want to be an artist, or I want to be blah blah blah, or I don't want to go to university or college, we not even think about, we not even have idea in our mind that like not go to university, not have education, because everybody need to be smart, everybody need to be educated. And of course, most education lessons that you can have, it's life, but still, I think you can check previous video. I already speak about parents and kids conversation and communication, because, for example, I know in my country, parents speak everything openly, so about finance, about sex, about future, about goals. Parents speak with kids and share. It's not like, hey, I'm adult, I'm your parents, and I hide it everything. And if kids come in or show up in a room, everybody like zip the mouth. No, you take involves kids to your business, to your work, to project. How do you invest? How do you make a savings, and etc. I know. For example, again, one lady that educate child and explain about like bank account. They go and open bank account for I think like 11 or 12, and grow and have investment and how to invest in dollars in Europe or something. And right now, when that child almost 20 years old understanding like, hey, I have this idea, I will go and open already bank account for this investment, etc. and make decisions. So by 18 years old, we try to educate our kids. We try to speak about kids' problem and prepare them for a normal life. It doesn't mean that right now modern kids not educated. It's not what I said, but still a different style and different, I think, tradition in the family. And I think much more relaxed style, because doesn't mean that we not play video game. I remember I play also Mario, but these kids right now very, very educated, less, I think, and much more in modern society, just play video game, much more traumatized, much more unfocused, completely lost. Like, for example, in our time, we did not have this problem. And if you look statistic, we did not have a problem like, oh, I need to have a psychologist. Oh, I need to go and, I don't know, speak with therapist, or I need to be under the drug, or I need to have some type of addiction problem, so right now I need to recovery, or I need to go to the group for support, or have antidepressant. Right now a lot of kids, by, I will not say kids, even maybe like 20 years old, 70-75% kids on antidepressant, and it's very, very sad, really so sad. A lot of kids right now go to therapy and have art therapy, or just speak with psychologist and try to figure out their life, have a trauma, and it's very, very sad, because I know how, and again, a lot of times kids maybe not the problem, but I think it's kind of everything. You need to look full pictures about food, about like vitamins, because if you not have enough vitamins, you cannot focus, you cannot, you're tired, you cannot understand and process information, so you cannot have good degree in school, you can have maybe bully because you cannot focus, or maybe you have ADHD, or you have other like problem in your life, and you start to have a lot of stress from other kids, and you cannot sleep because you have a stress, so your cortisol level go up. And again, if you don't have enough vitamins, if you don't have a correct diet, if your parents cannot afford high level food, or have a lot of time junk food because just don't have a time, they're exhausted to cook at home, to provide correct nutrition. Maybe you just even don't have a full family, maybe you have just only mom, or maybe you have only grandparents and grow you up, so you don't have a, for example, like model, role model for family or tradition, and you have no idea how to act, because if you do not see this in your family, how do you know how to act? Yeah. And sometimes it's not the fault of the kids, sometimes it's fault for the parents, and how parents behave around kids, it's also kind of question mark, because I think a lot of times what I see in modern life, parents try to be too friend, like I'm your friend. Yes, it's nothing to have a wrong idea to be the friend, because you want to be part of the life of your child. You want the child come home, speak to you, open, have conversation, and if something bothers or something worry or give a stress, child need to come first, run to the parents and share this information and say, hey, I was bullied in our school, or it's what bothered me, or it's give me stress. And parents need to sit and have conversation and not criticize, not judging, and just like open and like, yes, you have a safe space, yes, you have completely support, let's talk, let's fix it, and I'm here for you, like mom or dad or both parents. Because again, I remember when I went to the school and we have only two family that have a full family, like, and if you have some meetings with parents twice for year, because principal of the school and teacher for the school, they twice for year for the Christmas and in the end of the year on June, they speak with each parents for education, how you doing, what the problem, and etc. What is your talent? And I telling you, even on my class, only two family, full family come, mom and dad. My family was one of them. Of two, only family that was fully 100% every single time. If you have a meeting, both parents come in and show up. Both parents always want involved. Both parents always come for the meeting, not only one mom most of the time, or like you don't have a full family. And again, it's not criticism, it's not like it's happened. Sometimes you just don't have a dad, and different situation, and life is, you know, full of surprises, but you do your best, you do your research. And sometimes family who have a dad or who have a mom, but they have addiction and they're not also involved kind of to the education or kind of how to grow the child. So yes, you have It's maybe very rude to say, but you have this item in a family, but this item not involved on the life to the child, and child still traumatized, or just like I see, for example, how my dad have addiction for the alcohol, or abuse my mom, or mom have drugs addiction or something, and have also cheating on a dad or something else, so child traumatized enough they cannot have relationship with a partner on the future. Yeah, so I think in modern life we need to just do a little bit better. Not that and again, I understand right now in modern life, you just need sometimes work like 2 or 3 jobs to pay a bill, pay your mortgage, and you just go mode, and you're like, oh my God, I just like from Monday to Friday barely can make it, and we can't. It's just like, okay, cooking, cleaning, shopping, and try to survive mode, and you burn out, and you forgot when you have last time vacation. Like, what vacation? Like, what is this name in vocabulary? Yeah. Or like when you have a trip, or when you have even just time out for yourself, or like go to a massage, or go and walk, or have your hobby, you just don't have a time because you have like 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 kids, and they just jump in like a monkey around house, and you just like, oh my goodness gracious, like when this will be stopped? And you try to organize and do your maximum best, and if you have a stress for your bill, for the surviving mode, it's not also no good, no bueno, no bueno at all. So know that a lot of times people so stressed out, and they just try to focus step by step on their problem, and sometimes they just don't have energy more to give the love, and they do the best how they know for the kids. And sometimes they was in abusive family with mom and dad, and maybe they did not have the love or this attention, and nobody showed them when they growing up, so they're like, I just do my best. And when you do your best, like, it's not that some type of book or anybody teach you in the school, like lesson how to be parents. You just open and like, hey, A, B, C, D, it's what you need to do. This is what you not need to do, yeah. But of course, by practice, by experience, you do your best, and after on end, of course, you will have criticism because still it's your fault. Parents will do the best, but kids will be criticized, and if something happened to them, they always blame you. It's normal, it's okay. Just let you know. Yeah, so, and I still think that you need to have a boundaries. Like for parents, you need to have a boundaries, because it's not normal when you have just a child that 7 years old to 6 years old, and she or he crying and make a drama and just lay down on the middle of the road in a grocery, and just like, I have last iPhone, I won't have last iPad, and like you spend $5,000 in a laptop, and this kid or played the game and was some type of frustration situation, it just broken, how you see on social media, and just breaks this laptop for $5,000, and you did nothing. It's just like, oh yeah, okay, he or she just have emotions. Like, really? It's not how life is work. If you not be parent, if you not parent your child, life will do, or other people do. So if you want the best for your child, have a discipline, have a boundaries, because a job that you miss it, or you try to hide it and not do it, not face it, somebody still will do your job, and this it will be not for the best interest for your child on the future or later. So if you don't want to have the end, that it's not happy end, it will be the end, pay attention to this video. And yeah, just make a comment, by the way, like, what do you see in your family, behavior of your child, or behavior for your nephews or your neighbors, or just what do you see around you? So do you want to live in this society after like 20, 30, 50 years, what right now this generation growing up, and how they have responsibility? Or I think they not have any responsibility, they're not ready for their life. Like when our parents teach us to growing up, we just don't even have a other chance. Like, for example, I did go first. My job was when I was 9 years old, because I won't have a bicycle, and my parents was poor and they cannot afford the bicycle. So I did go when everybody kids playing in the summer. I did go and work. So after I give the money, and my parents go and organize my bicycle. And when I was in university, yes, I'm studying from like morning to night, and after I have extra free jobs to pay my bills and be independent. And when I left parents' house, I was 16 and just start living my own adult life. So yes, it's why right now free education, free university degree. And it just because you try to survive, and you try to do your best, because if you not do your best, life will still teach you, and you just cannot be victim all the time. Life give you lessons, very hard lessons, and if you cannot handle, it's your own problem. So don't blame anybody, not judge anybody, not poking anybody like, hey, it's your fault, or it's others people's fault. Like, no, it's your fault. If you messed up, it's your fault, and go and face it. And I know right now kids, when I hear it, like, for example, I hear situation that when growing up child and mom cooking, and he said, oh, I will not eat this, oh, I will not eat that, oh, it's an onion, oh, it's a carrot, oh, it's because cooked, oh, it's because it's fresh, oh, I will have a smell, oh, I don't like that. Like, if you don't want it, you just get up and out, and you will be hungry. You're not just jumping like, oh, okay, I cook this dish and my child like, I don't want to eat because it's onion inside. And you're like, oh yes, I'm sorry. And you jump in and you go and cook different dish. Like, if you don't want it, you're free. Out. Go and work, make money, and buy your own food or cook your own food. You eat what I'm cooking right now. If you're not, get out. That's it. Easy peasy. And I think right now parents try to be too friendly, too pleasy, and everybody will pay price. Everybody will pay price earlier or later, because life like supermarket. You can go and pick it up everything what you want from the shelf, but in the end you will have cashier. It's it. It's life. So you want it, you don't want it, but no other choices. And I think some parents who do the job about education, even finance, even early age, I think it's a great idea, because again, I hear the story, a lot of story that, for example, I know the one lady that she started to give the child pocket money when her daughter was, I think, like 4 years old. And for me, it just was blowing my mind. Like, what do you mean? It's like 4 years old child. Like, what are you doing? But she tried to teach about money. And after I see how that was effect on the age, and for example, when this child already was like 6 or 7 and growing up, and I see pattern, and for example, when they go one time on the playground and have a plan, let's say like to-do list. For to-do list, we go to this place, we go to this place, we go and play this, and we eat ice cream and blah 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 blah. So mom have a budget for this day and say, okay, we have 2 games, we have ice cream, so my budget blah blah blah. And for example, that daughter come in and say, okay, we have 2 games, we have ice cream, right now I want 1 more game. And mom said, okay, excellent, but you have your pocket money, so number 3 game, you go and pay with your money. And daughter like step off, like, you know what, I changed my mind, I don't want it. She's like, why not? Like, because it's my money. Like, okay, so right now we got it. If it's my budget, if it's my money, you can spend it and flash it left and right. But if it's your money, you much more respect, you much more careful. And that, you know what, it's kind of give me idea to think about how to educate kids about like money and investment. And again, you can go and click my video before that I already mentioned about how I know the friends, investors, and how they educate their own kids about investment and they was 12 years old. They already have LLC, they already was involved in real estate, they buy and flip the property, and by 18 they already like opened the coffee shop, their own place, and open the business, and they financially free by the 20s. So for me is subject about kids education and be much more respectful. It's a basic thing that parents need to do. So parents, please pay attention how you teach your kids, how you grow your kids, because if you not do a job very well and be very soft and try not hurt the feelings, life will hurt your child. So I hope you like this video. Please make a comment, go click. Let's discuss the subject. What situation did you have? If you need any help, if you need consultation, you always go tayamanhattan.com, go and click, and let's discuss, let's speak about, let's help society grow in a better way, educate kids, and if I can do, I will do my best to help you. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye.